people who had, there was actually a group of 3 who had the that large cart or whatever it was, actually a stroller I think it was, at towards Plan earlier today, if you saw that video. They just walked past here on the sidewalk, so I'm not sure what they may be trying to get in here, but I imagine the ticket clerk here will stop them. They need to use the elevator to get up here, so I don't know what they're going to do. I guess we will see. But anyway, the train should be approaching very soon, so I thought I'd go ahead and start recording again. So, yeah. So I'm at Kristineberg, headed to Alvik. There is going to be a great deal to say about Alvik. Oh, the train coming in. There we go. There will be a great deal to say about Alvik. There's a lot of transit there. There's the tunnelbana. There are 2 light rail lines. So it's fairly interesting. So it'll be kind of fun to go around there. One thing I'm not doing now that I normally would do, since I'm going to be filming on the train, is I have my backpack on me. I normally take it off when I ride the train. But in this case, I'm actually going to leave it on. And we will take this train one stop to Alvik. And you will be able to see the ride over the bridge if I can station myself by a door. Which it looks like I probably can, I think. Let's see. It's too bad the traffic is in the way, but this is still a really nice view out over the water and everything, so yeah. That might be better for you. Let's see, directly over there, that's actually a bridge for the light rail. So, yeah. Operation's a little jerky, which is a problem I've noticed recently on the tunnelbana generally. But anyway.
Nästa Alvik.
It's the voice I don't like.
Nockebybanan.
I don't know a single person who says Nockebybanan. It's Nockebybanan. But anyway, this voice is very strange. So we're off at Alvik. First thing I want to show you, southbound tunnelbana is on the far side. In between there are 2 tracks. This is for Nockebybanan, which is a light rail line, an old light rail line. This line used to go all the way into central Stockholm, but when the tunnelbana was opened, it was cut back to here. The interesting thing about this is that, like the tunnelbana, this part of Nockebybanan, nearest Alvik, runs on the left. So the trains come in on the far side, the far track. They go up there, and then they cross over and come back on this near track. What that does is people who come from Nockeby and the stops over there, they have an easy transfer to get into central Stockholm just across the platform. And when people come from central Stockholm and they want to go back out to Nockeby, they have an easy transfer across the platform here. So let's see, Nockebybanan is running every 15 minutes right now. Okay, not bad. And the next departure is in 10. So anyway, so I'll tell you what, let's look at the south exit. I have actually never used this exit and see what's there, although I know some of it is under construction and we may not want to actually exit here, because I think the deal is that you can get out but you can't get back in. So I may elect to just go up and look and see kind of what it's like without actually exiting. I'll see what the situation is when we get up here. I read something about this on the SL website. Here's Nockebybanan coming in. I know some people who work as train operators on these lines. So I always look, but this guy I did not know. So there's another northbound train coming in right now on the tunnelbana. So I'm trying to see if there might be some kind of point of no return here. As I say, I have never used this exit, and I have read that they were doing work on it. So I don't know. We may get stuck and have to figure out a way to walk around, but I would assume they would have some kind of notice that there's like no re-entry or something. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. Okay, obviously there's somebody entering, so perhaps the work that I read about is already done. So I guess we'll see. Okay, and again, as I say, this is completely new to me. I've never been here before. So this is pretty. I kind of like this. Interesting. Okay. You can see the tunnelbana. So, this would be kind of great for train spotting. Wow. I'm sure everybody but me in Stockholm who likes to do train spotting and that sort of thing knows about this spot, and I'm just discovering it. But anyway, so yeah, this is kind of cool. Oh, let's see. Okay. I see, by the way, it's interesting they have departure boards for the tunnelbana here, but not for Nockebybanan. That's an interesting choice. Oh, let's see what's over here. Even better views. Look at this. Nice. Good views of the station. Yeah, this is fun. See if you can, I'm not sure you can see it. It may be too far away and it's through the fence, but the train on Nockebybanan has reversed and is waiting at the northbound platform again. So, yep. Doesn't take long. So, I assume that path goes to like apartment buildings and stuff up in that direction. I think so. But anyway, yeah, so let's see. Here's that part of the tunnelbana that we could see from up there when we were, outside the station. This counter here is some kind of timer, but I don't really know what it's for. When I was operating trains on Tunnelbana 1, I never quite knew what it was for. So, anyway. The people who were sitting on the benches here earlier have moved on. So, I think we will go out on this side and walk the southbound Tunnelbana platform to get to the other end. So this, as I say, is the connection with Nockebybanan. It's on this level. What we're going to do at the other end is also look at the connection to Tvärbanan. So yeah, there's line 12 to Nockeby waiting to depart. About 4 minutes, I think, if I remember my times correctly. If you can see the signals up there, they're green for Nockebybanan for a straight out departure. Up there are also track connections to the depot, which is kind of down the slope. The Tunnelbana can also go down that same slope and lay up, and that's what trains do when they short turn here. One thing I was surprised about earlier was that there were no trains on the departure board towards Plan and Kristineberg that were short turning here. All I saw was Åkeshov and Hässelbystrand, so I don't know if they've changed something with the current timetable, because we've just gone back basically to the winter timetable. But actually, I seem to recall that during before we went onto the summer timetable, they also were not turning back trains at Alvik for whatever reason. Okay, there's a train that's leaving, and that's the train to Solna, and the reason I know is that it's 2 cars. The trains to Bromma flygplats are only 1 car. So, hello. So this is the northbound platform to Solna station, and thank you very much, and Bromma flygplats for Tvärbanan, which is a circumferential rail line. And this is a platform that you also can just kind of walk onto for the street. We're actually walking toward the street. I thought I would show you that as well. And then I'll show you what's bad here. And I do mean bad. The way you have to get to the southbound platform for Tvärbanan, this light rail line, unless you walk around here, which if you're coming from the Tunnelbana, you don't really want to do. It's not good. I'll just say that. So this is a small bus terminal and some shops and stuff. So this is called Alvik Torg, Alvik Square. So yeah. So I was going to say part of me wants a snack from that press bureau right there, but it's not open. So to get over to the southbound platform for Tvärbanan, we have to go back in, we have to go back up, we have to go around and down. This transfer to the northbound direction from the Tunnelbana is easy. But the transfer to the southbound direction is not good, in my opinion. So we're back up at the level. Here's the entrance to the tunnelbana. You come from the tunnelbana and you go over this way. Oh, there's a press bureau that's actually open, but I don't really need anything. We have snacks at home, as somebody's mother might say. There's a southbound train to line 30 to Sikla. You have to go that is a train from Nockebybanan coming in. So there we go, if you could see that. I'm never sure what the camera's picking up and what it's not. But anyway, so around here and down the elevator or down the stairs. So by my standards, this is not a good transfer. By my standards, this is a bad transfer. But it's better than no transfer. It's good that Nockebybanan is here. I'm not sure about today, but before the pandemic, Nockebybanan was getting 108,000 boardings per weekday, so it's quite well used. So we're going to head back up onto the tunnelbana platform and capture some more trains. The car on line 12 that we saw coming into Alvik has just run back to its departure position. So it's right over there. Who's that? Yeah, it's not anybody I know. Okay, I don't think so anyway. No staff on most of the light rail lines anymore. There's a streetcar line in central Stockholm, number 7, that still has conductors on board. I think probably not for much longer. And I personally think this is a very bad idea. I used to work on the light rail line leading to Banan, and I am very glad that I had conductors with me when I was working. So I think this is a mistake. I wonder if they will realize it was a mistake, and if so, how long that will take. But anyway, so yeah, I think I'm gonna wind this video up. So I guess I will see you next time. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Thanks.